Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Ironman. We're back once again at the Tormented Demons, this time with a hot little sword in our hands. We're looking pretty sweet actually, between the blade upgrade as well as the boots. Last episode was a pretty good one. From a video making perspective, absolute shit show, but in terms of progression, very much satisfied with it. So to start this video off, we're going to finish off this Slayer task with style. We've got about 111 Tormented Demons to go. Wish me luck on getting another drop. What? Oh my goodness. Okay. I just got Burning Claw number 1. That was a much more productive task than what I'm used to. Turns out extending it helps. Who would have thought? But in the end, we got ourselves another defense level. Our stats are starting to look clean. And this Emberlight, oh my goodness. I was just looking it up on the wiki. And this thing has applications against a bunch of different monsters. Not just like abyssal demons, obviously. Anything with the word demon in it is a very much obvious thing to do. But Bloodvelds and Necryls, Hellhounds as well. Oh my god, the DPS buff I'm going to be getting from a lot of my tasks just passively is going to be nutty. And I'm very much looking forward to using it over the whip. But what I think I may do is check my bank account real quick. I've been sitting on a bunch of giant seaweed that I've been working towards over the past few weeks. And I really want to make a dent in working towards getting myself an amulet that is better than a strength ammy for melee at the very least. So if we check in with the bank, we have over 7,000 giant seaweed. Buckets of sand aren't exactly looking adequate, but we'll work on that. It's a work in progress, and we'll get there in the end. So I'm going to keep doing Slayer until I get bored of it, and then I will start a crafting grind. I reckon we can make another upgrade today, and this is some low-hanging fruit. I've got a lot of banked EXP, and yeah, we'll see how high we can get the crafting level today. Turns out the next task that I received was a skeletal wyverns task. And I must admit, I'm only human. I cannot be bothered with that shit right now. So it is time to do some crafting, starting off with level 89. That will allow me to start using my amethyst to make dart tips. I've been sitting on a pretty big stack of amethyst for quite some time, and I haven't really made anything out of it. So if I camp amethyst, I can make dart tips without needing to bank anymore. Not to mention I can use up this stack of 4k. I think you get 8 dart tips per amethyst, so yeah, we're looking pretty healthy right now, but hopefully that will last us long enough where I don't need to worry about that for quite some time. Between buckets of sand and amethyst, I'm going to have a bunch of post 99 mining XP that it's, you know, I'm not really going to appreciate a whole lot, but you know, mining stars back in the day, definitely worth it. And there is 90 crafting. With 90 crafting, we can now make Furies without a boost. Speaking of which, I probably should make one of those ASAP. I've been using Glory Amulets for lots of shit I probably shouldn't. So, we're going to have to make one of those nice and quickly. We can also do Redwood Birdhouses, so that'll be a nice little upgrade from the magics. Starting to run out of the magic logs, so that'll be a good change of pace. And I have like, I don't know, close to 3,000 redwoods in my bank, so they should last quite some time. For the most part, just getting most of my experience via the glass make spell. Doing a little bit of blowing right now, because I can't be asked with the APM required to do the spell casting, but that spell in particular, just making the molten glass is good experience. I feel like I've barely gotten started, which in reality, I haven't, so to be 90 crafting already is pretty damn nice. I feel like I'm going to get a few 90s this video, but I guess we'll see what happens. In just one moment, this will be our next crafting level coming in. That'll be 91 crafting coming in. I just totally stopped recording the instant that level came through. So, I mean, there's evidence that it happened, but holy crap, I just deleted a whole clip, which was good. Anyway, so a bit of an update of how things are going. All of my buckets of sand have been used. I'm going to have to go back into the mines, unfortunately, to get more of those. But in addition to that, we have 3,500 seaweed, 82,000 flax, which I will need to process. A lot of that will take me quite some time, and unfortunately, I'm quite low on seaweed spores. So my plan of attack is to process as much of this molten glass underneath the water, get my seaweed count back up, and then from there, I can start processing the flax a little bit, whilst the seaweed runs still passively pass by. Realistically, I only need about 95 crafting to get myself a torture. I can get myself a +3 boost with those little pies, so I don't need to go full hog and use everything I've got in terms of banked experience, but on top of all of that, I still have the amethyst as well. So if I can ideally get 95 without leaving this island or below it, That'll be great. I've got 98 banked in XP, but there's a lot of secondaries that I'll need to get, aka buckets of sand. And if I can avoid that, I would like to. But anyway, there is 91 crafting, and a bit of a fail there. I had the best of intentions when recording that clip, but I don't know. I instantly stopped recording as soon as I hit the level. Finally starting to get into the amethyst. There is 92 crafting, aka halfway to 99. We can now make ourselves a Zenyte necklace without a boost. Kind of just rotating in and around the different training methods I've got. I'm getting a little bored of some, so I'm trying to avoid just doing everything and then like moving to the next one, aka doing all my flax and then going on to all my molten glass and to all my amethyst. Just trying to spread things around a little bit so like mentally I have a slight bit of variety, even if it's not much. But anyway, there is 92 done. The more I do this, the more I'm kind of convinced I want to go for 99, but I'm just going to stay committed to 95 for now because I'm going to learn from last video and not make any crazy commitments early on. Alrighty, another short and sweet level coming through. 93 crafting has been obtained. Nothing to gain from that one, so nothing to say. One more amethyst to cut, and that'll be 94 crafting donezo. Now, normally, if this was 3 hours ago when this happened, I would say that doesn't mean anything, but I did a little bit of accidental research. I hovered over the mushroom pie and I noticed it's not a +3 boost. Silly bitch. It's a +4, which means with 94 crafting, I have a guaranteed boost that will allow me to make the Zenyte amulet, aka the torture. So I guess I can stop here. All I'm going to do is use the rest of my amethyst. Speaking of which, we have 32,400 tart tips at the moment. Things are looking good, man. I was signing up, ready to go for 95 crafting, but turns out I don't have to. Plus, I have a shitload of amethyst darts on top of all of it. Mate, I just used the Arceus Apatol teleport for the first time, thinking it would give me some sort of location that would be useful, but this is like nowhere near where I need to go. That's such a strange place to put you in the cave. Looks like I need to get myself a banana, because that's just too far away, bruv. Alright, turns out I couldn't be bothered to get a banana, but hey, like, still, that teleport surely could be in a better spot. So considering I got myself too many Zenytes, I'm not too panicked about using all of these. I think I have one more Onyx in the bank that I'll use for a Fury. Let's fuse them all together. Hopefully I don't monumentally screw something up. But we'll use our chisel on our newly found Zenytes. 200 EXP each, that's actually kind of nice. Gonna teleport to Felidor and make myself a torture. I don't know why, but for some reason every time I've done this, I've always been on the Lunar spellbook. I guess because I'm getting crafting XP with some of the spells. You know what, that probably makes a lot of sense. First things first, we'll make ourselves First things first, we'll make ourselves the torture amulets, and then after that, of course, the bracelet. I think that's the 4 pieces of Zenyte jewelry all being made. First thing we shall enchant is the bracelet, because I need to string this bloody thing, and I do believe with a lunar spell I can do so. That is very convenient. I didn't actually expect that would actually come in handy, but turns out it has. We've got a Zenyte Ami, and all that needs to be done is the final enchantment, and we now have all pieces of the Tormented Jewelry kit, and I couldn't be more pleased. We can now upgrade from our ridiculous strength dummy that we've been using for, I don't know, a year at this point, so that is a massive upgrade to have. I've never used a Tormented Bracelet before, but I'm sure that is also good as well. I think it's more useful for things in like raids, for example. When it comes to like Slayer, I still probably will end up using the bracelets of Slaughter, which is a bit weird that a piece of silver jewelry would take priority over it, but it is what it is, and it will come in handy regardless. I'm so confused. This Slayer task, I had 39 skeletal wyverns, and look how many prayer pots I've got. I don't know if they changed the drop rate or something, but this is nuts. I know, like, I've been low on prayer pots in recent history, so, you know, I kind of appreciate it. If they were, wait, it was 35 wyverns? It was even less than I thought. If that was more consistent, if I got that more often, my god, skeletal wyverns might be my favorite task. I think there's one sad piece of information is that I still need a pair of leg upgrades, so like unironically, if I got a dragon plate skirt or legs there, that would also be such like a good upgrade for me to get. I've been thinking about what to do next, just fishing. This is a good little thinking spot. And what I've come up with is the following. I've just been assigned a giant ass task of greater demons, and the problem I have with that is that I'm down to 222 prayer potions. These things are getting absolutely melted as I do these tormented demons, so I'm going to try and find a substitute. I'm going to do some hunter rumors and hopefully get myself a bunch of raw meat. With that raw meat, I can make moonlit moth mixes. Why are they such a tongue twister? I don't know. And who knows, maybe we can save out on a bit of the prayer pots. The only raw meat I have right now is the moonlit antelope, and I'm kind of apprehensive to use that for a prayer pot, but who knows, if I get desperate maybe. This will be good for like God Wars or something, I believe. Something like that, it would probably be better utility. So do a bunch of rumors, hopefully we get a bunch of raw meat, and from there we can kill a bunch of tormented demons and get a bunch of synapses and bone claw drops. I can't be the only one who thinks that this kind of like herbivore, whilst it's great and everything, the design that has you walking through other people's training spots just feels wrong when you're doing it, man. I can't help it, like what am I going to do? Detour entirely? Bloody rock crab. Ruining my level up. There is 76 herb lore. But I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I feel like I'm just griefing people just by playing how I need to play. So, I don't know how they can change that in the future, if they ever will, but I don't know. Just always a bit weird doing herbivore. If I check the skills menu, does that unlock anything for us? A magic potion. I don't think I'll ever use those in my life. I'd rather get an imbued heart. Speaking of which, 94 Slayers, not too many levels left to go before I start crying that I don't have one. I thought I would have to actually hunt something to get this level, but I guess Master Room is they just give you so much experience on the drop that I got myself enough XP for 94 Hunter right there. So instead of like shooting for an XP or level goal, I think I'll just get myself to 100 rumors. I think that should keep me out of trouble in terms of moonlight moth mixes for quite some time. But who knows, the amount of prayer pots I was going through, the moth mixes might also get depleted quite quickly. I think when I do tormenteds next, I'll probably not use the thralls. I'm noticing that is draining my prayer points way too fast. Took a little bit of a break from Hunter to go fish a little bit. There is 86 fishing coming in. If we can catch up to the live video footage, there should be 87 perfectly timed or executed on the final inventory space. So we can now catch sacred eels in Zulrah, which will be nice if I ever get sick of Zulrah, which I probably won't in all honesty, but it's always good to have little backup strats, whether they be AFK or not, to get more scales. I almost said shards there. But yeah, I think it's about time we get back into the hunting because I've been sat on my ass for a couple of days doing nothing. And I don't know what's going to come first, 95 Hunter or 100 Rumors. I think it'll be close. I've had to take a short break from Hunter. I need to get myself, my kingdom back to 100% approval, put a little bit more money back in the kitty. I don't know if it matters, the money per se, unless it drops below like 1.5 mil. I always forget like at what point it starts being less efficient, but all that I know for sure is that I need to get this back towards 100%. I hate training herb lore, and miscellaneous is probably the best bang for my buck sort of thing that I can do. So if I neglect this, I'm really shooting myself in the foot. So going to get this back up to 100%. Hunter is going quite well, and I still don't really know if we're going to get 95 or we're going to get the 100 rumors done first. I thought for sure 100 rumors would not take long at all, but I've clearly underestimated this endeavor. Looking much better with a fully capped out cash stack. The only thing I'm not too sure about is that maybe because I'm rich, I could use mahogany instead of teaks. Leave them on teaks for now, but who knows, maybe I'll regret that in the future, but I might be rich, but I'm still stingy. Nothing's changed in that department. We have arrived at the desert. This is because over the last few months, weeks, I don't know how long, I've been kind of passively working on getting buckets of sand whilst playing on mobile, and I believe I will have, if I deposit enough buckets here, he can't hold enough. I bought a bunch of buckets for nothing. God damn it. I've got myself another 25k buckets, which will enable me to utilize the 4k seaweed I have in my bank. I do believe once these are all utilized, I'll have enough supplies for 99 crafting in my bank account. I could be wrong on that, but between the flax that I have and the molten glass I will blow, we should be doing quite alright. And because the crafting cape is so good, I'm going to work on this over time. Not going to commit to getting it this video, because God knows, you know, can't do a repeat action, like I said. But it'll be nice to know that it's there when I want it. I can just passively chip away at it over the next few weeks. I swear it's not what it looks like. I'm not immediately trying to gun it for 99 crafting. I'm just getting 95 real quick, okay? Trust. We can now do Zenyte bracelets without requiring a boost, but that doesn't matter. We're not going for 99. We've already got the Zenyte bracelet. Nothing to see here. Alright, I might actually be training crafting. I really don't know what my plans are, but there is 96 complete. 3 more levels to go. I'm enjoying this little flax make for now, but to be honest, once I get to 99 crafting, I'll be happy to never do this ever again. When I initially got this big fat stack of Karambuanji, I didn't think I'd ever run out, to be honest with you, but it looks like in 3 Karambuanji's time, I'll be donezo, so have to get myself another stack, maybe 200k should sort us out. But this is also evidence that I've been doing things other than crafting. I should have earned myself a pretty big stack of, Karambuanji, almost 40k, looking pretty good. The problem with that is that the banked XP plugin rather, it won't tell me if I have like a certain burn rate, how much experience that really is, so I don't actually know how much that is stored up. I could probably get to level 90 or something close to it, I imagine. So hypothetically, if I were to not burn a single fish, I could actually get to 99. I got way more experience than I thought. But in other news, I've also been doing myself some more flax make. I've also forgotten which freaking runes are required to cast it. I think I just need myself a air staff, I believe. Always just bring out random things with me in my inventory. Get the filters set up right. That just doesn't feel right, but we've also been training magic, not just crafting as well. As you can see, spin flax. It gives me an even distribution between crafting and magic. There's 97 crafting though, and to finish things off, I think we should probably get ourselves a magic level, shall we, for the very last time? I think that sounds about right. Not only will I get myself 97 crafting, I will get myself 99 mage to boot. A nice little 1-2 punch combo there. But yeah, now I can have access to this skill cape, which allows me to change my spell 5 times a day for free, which is good for us who only have wooden chairs in our houses, and getting to altars isn't exactly fun. So that's a huge unlock there. Very happy to have it, and it's one of the skill capes that I definitely will be glad to have. I think after that one, we go back to a humble level up. We'll get ourselves 78 farming. Nothing at all. Very humble, actually. I like doing my little farming contracts whilst I'm just either flax making or blowing glass. I found like, now that I don't need any more seaweed for crafting, the next best place I can kind of AFK is at the farming guild. The only downside is that I'm not currently 85, so the medium contracts is all I can realistically do. I think even though it's not the hard contracts that I'm completing, at least I'm getting something rather than nothing and just bank standing somewhere. I like mentally prepared myself to get this level for about 5 minutes and then immediately forgot that I needed to record it. There is 98 crafting. We can now make ourselves a torture without a pie, which is fantastic. And I think it's pretty much set in stone. We're going to commit to 99. We're going to get ourselves that beautiful crafting cape. Only problem is, I'm a little bit short on resources. I do have quite a lot of EXP banked, but it's not quite enough for 99. So the plan I have in place is that I'm going to use all my flax, all of my molten glass, and then what I'm going to do is send it back to Zulrah and pick up the remaining experience there. That will require me to obtain 15,000 more flax, and I kind of want to do a race. Can I get 99 crafting first, or do I get myself a magic fang? So I'm going to get stuck into the rest of these resources, and I'm looking forward to actually doing some PVM for once. I am chopping and cutting a log in RuneScapeTheVideoGame.com, and that's basically it. I have some fantastic news. This is my final inventory of flax until I've completed over 85,000 of these. Once these are done, all I need to do is simply get an extra 15,000 from Zulrah and then finish those off. And to be honest, after doing 85,000, the prospect of doing 15k doesn't feel too bad, but the main thing is that I get a bit of variety, and I get to kill the snake once again. The majority of time that I've spent here has been with the farming guild, and I've been doing contracts the whole time. I'm curious to see, how do I even find they're seed packs, aren't they? I've got myself, they're not stacked. What? Hold on, they're not stacked. I don't see a number, but I can withdraw them all. Okay, I mean, that works for me. In the end, I don't know how many I have, but it's more than 28. Very curious to see what kind of seeds I pull from this. It's kind of hard to do a before and after. I'll speed up this footage and see if it's useful, and if it's not, I'm going to delete it. Well, that'll do it. I've just accidentally deposited everything. This was such a pain in the ass. Holy crap, okay. I actually can't be bothered anymore. I think a part of me, like, legitimately dies on the inside when I accidentally deposit an inventory when I don't mean to, but I can see on my loot tracker, I've got quite a few things that I'm pretty happy with. My favorite item to get, potentially, is the snapegrass seeds. I find those to be, I don't know, they're kind of like one of my favorite seeds to actually plant to get a lot of experience. Also got some snapdragon seeds and some raynars, and things are looking pretty healthy once again. Obviously, these aren't the hard contracts, so you don't get as much, but all in all, I'm glad I camped here. I got a lot of like seeds that I wouldn't have had otherwise because of it, so all in all, not too shabby. Before I go kill the snake, I need to get myself some more ranging potions so I can actually do, you know, damage. So the way we're going to do that is to buy ourselves 2 magic capes, because buying one triggers the old OCD. We're going to use this to spellbook swap us towards the standard spellbook, and then we're going to teleport to Falador. I haven't found a better method of obtaining Wines of Zami other than going to like the Monk's Temple at the moment. I'm too much of a pussy to go to the wilderness and kill any of those bosses, so this is my strategy for now, just going upstairs and telegrabbing the wines. I've got a lot of pre-made, unfinished dwarf potions ready to go, so a couple inventories here, and I think we should be sorted for a while. I'm so ready for this. All I need to do now is to go to good old Bobby the Barter, decant my ranging potions into 4 doses, and we're ready to kill some snakes. 15k flax or a magic fang. Let's see what happens first. This style of goal setting is something I need to do more of in the future, because this didn't feel totally painful. In the end, we got ourselves an uncut onyx to start things off nice and strong, but in this play session, I got myself a 169 kill count of Zulrah. I'm probably burnt out on the boss again, but whether or not that's the case, we reached our goal, and it didn't take, it didn't take me a week, which is kind of nice. I was a little bit surprised how fast I was able to burn myself out on this boss, considering I haven't done any PVM. I think it just goes to show that variety is definitely the play, and if you stick at anything for any one period of time, that's excessive. And no matter how fun you thought it was going to be before you started, you always feel a bit cranky by the end of it. But in the end, we got ourselves 2 uncut onyxes in this play session, as well as, if we have a look at this drop here, this will decide whether or not we got our magic fang. Looks like it's flax. Never lucky. But in the end, now we have the supplies for 99 crafting. Alrighty, all of the flax has been utilized. I now have 0 left in the bank. We didn't quite get to 99, but fortunately, Zulrah was quite nice. We got a few extra uncut onyxes we can utilize for the express purpose of getting ourselves another 99 for this video. There is 99 crafting, another extremely useful skill cape, and one that I haven't had access to in a while, so this will be a super nice unlock. It'll also mean that I'll stop stalling on the Fury Amulet creation, so before I get myself a skill cape of any description, I need to get an amulet. I probably won't use this a whole lot, but at the same time, it'll be nice to have it in the bank. Unfortunately, we have the spell books required to do so. So this is going to be a nice little video getting these 2 skill capes banged out one after the other. The only problem is that it has forestalled my ambition to get my Moonlit Moth mix kind of escapade out of the way. So Hunters had to take a bit of a back seat. But there is the Amulet of Fury. But without further ado, I think it's about time we get that second skill cape, because I'm absolutely craving getting access to that ease of access bank. What a nice little blessing. The first time I make my way over to the crafting guild, there's a tier 9 star waiting for me. It's a nice little welcome party. I thought I might be able to enter without the skill cape, just if I was 99, but turns out the brown apron is necessary. Fortunately, I came prepared. But without further ado, let's talk to the master crafter. And I've forgotten my coins. Okay, that didn't happen, Mr. Master Crafter. We're going to have a little conversation. We're going to buy myself one of these skill capes. One's all I need for now. But there is the 99 crafting cape. One tick that bad boy. And that is not the skill cape emote. There it is. So for those who have never used it before, this pretty much acts as an infinite teleport directly next to a bank. So it's like a Castle Wars teleport on steroids, and you always, I believe, land on the same tile. So there's no like RNG. So you've got this bank deposit box, which will be nice for things like current ones, or if I need to use the bank chest, this one's over here. But anyway, I don't think there's any way I could possibly end this video that is any more favorable than that. I do have a lot of things that I want to tick off from today that I want to extend into the next one. So I think next time time, what we're going to do, we're going to pick up from where we left off. We're going to get ourselves that 100 rumor grind out of the way, and we'll try our luck at the Tormented Demons. But anyway, 299s that I'm very satisfied with. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.